up again. Hopefully this works out a lot better, actually gets signal, and people can tune in to view this, and it rebroadcasts properly. We're gonna make our way over to this field and maybe get better reception if we're out in the open. But yeah, okay. That kind of sucks, but we'll see if this works. I'm trying to do so much at once. All right, we got one viewer. All right, I think this is gonna work a lot better. We just re-uploaded the stream. A second. All right, so we got one. What are we doing? Where you at? Okay, there. All right, so we're gonna look through the thermal, guys, and see, my flashlight can't even go that far. But we're gonna take a look at the thermal. We're gonna get out in this open field to hopefully have a better reception for you guys, and then we're going to hopefully talk a little bit better. So, Mr. Duffy, is this working a little bit better now? You guys able to see what's going on? And to answer your question, yes and no. I think it is a little less scary because it's like, there's people there with you, but it's more scary because I'm being loud, I'm distracted, I'm letting everything around me know I'm here. So in that kind of way, it's kind of bad. Yeah, let me get out to this open area where hopefully we'll have better reception. And then we'll see how this works and stuff. Because I went live and stuff, and then when I walked up in this place, it seems like it just lost signal pretty bad. And everyone was gone, no one was coming in. But when I started this back up live, now we have a lot of people in here. So for those of you just joining, we are looking for Sasquatch, Bigfoot, using a thermal. And it should be white hot, so anything that we can see should be able to show up pretty nicely. Just making sure that's nothing right there. But anything that's close by should show up in the thermal, especially Bigfoot, Dogman, or any other paranormal activity stuff. So that's what we're out here doing. We're gonna get to this open field to get a little bit better signal for you guys, and then we can spot stuff potentially on the edge of the woods looking at us. If it got close enough, we'll be able to spot it with the thermal. Good to see everyone in the chat. I'm glad everyone is able to view the live chat a little bit better now. I'll brighten that up for you guys. But I do kind of have to conserve on battery life because my flashlight's gonna die soon. I thought it had enough juice from last time, but apparently not. So just let me get out there and then we can just thermal. We don't need this flashlight on. I only have it on so you guys can kind of see what we're doing when we're walking on the trail. Well, that's about it. All right. Little sus. Ha. Whatever comes after me, we're going to film it, and you guys can be able to see it live. I'm also not scared of that kind of crap, so. I was actually going to go ghost hunting with my buddy, but miscommunication and kind of stuff, though. I kind of fell through, and now we're over here. We're going to look over here in this fresh cut field. This was a hay field they just cut. Look around here, get up on top of this hill a little bit. That way we can see on all sides of us. As we try to look for Bigfoot with the thermal camera. Nice thermal camera we got. Wait till you guys be able to look around the entire field. I was planning on doing something else with my buddy, so I didn't bring my chair. I don't got some of the other stuff I would have brought if I was coming here. All right. Let's shut the light off. I'm gonna look through the thermal camera first. All right. So hopefully you guys can kind of see that as we look around. See if there's anything watching us on the wood line. Like Sasquatch, Dogman. I'm sorry for that glare. I can do some adjustments. I think that'd probably be better, right? Yeah. It's a little bit better. Might have a little glare because it is still, I think it's bouncing and reflecting kind of off the grass and stuff. Also, if there's any UFOs, we definitely would catch them as long as they show up on heat signature. Let's switch it over to black. On that black hot. Nice look through all the trees, and obviously if there was a creature that's going to walk out and stand out, there's no glare. You can also zoom in, so we can zoom in all the way across this field. If there was something standing out there, obviously it would be pretty noticeable, and then we could do a size comparison by having other people out here to walk over there, see how tall they would be. This is the kind of amber color one. Of course, as we zoom in, it does get a little bit more distorted because it's a digital zoom, but it's not too bad. So here's this red hot. As you guys can see, I'm kind of just playing it for you guys. So we're gonna sit here in the dark to see if we can hear anything. Obviously, if we hear stuff, we can point the thermal at it and pretty much be set. I personally like the white or black hot. Sorry. If it's not too bright for you guys, I'll turn it. I will turn it back up. So I think the black hot or the white hot is the best. Personally, I like the black hot because I think you can see through the stuff better. So that's what we're gonna keep it at. I'm gonna glance around a little bit because when I'm looking at through the phone, I'm not, it's still not the same as me looking at it personally. So I'll take a look around. Read some of his chats. Yep, good to see you, Slenderman. Thanks. Yeah, the thermal is. I saved up some money for it. Let's just say that. Yeah, this is the thermal Scout Pro. This is just north of $2,000. It records and all that. And especially when all the leaves get, I mean, there's pine trees and stuff over there, but when all the leaf litter and the canopies go away, it's kind of hard to keep this going. You'll be able to see through all of these trees a lot better. And when we're actually off trail in the woods, you'll be able to see. So, yeah, so thanks to you guys. Very small amount of people donated and stuff. But thanks to you guys, and actually, I try to get this stuff for you guys and be out here and go live for you guys. And, we're trying to get actual evidence of Sasquatch and trying to do things kind of the right way. I figured with this pretty expensive thermal and stuff, it would be the best way to capture evidence at nighttime. Because even my night vision camera, you could see eye shine, like on the other side of this field, all the way over there. You could see the eye shine, but you wouldn't be able to see like the clarity and detail that you can see now. I wouldn't be able to zoom in as clear and stuff and check to see if anything was there. But so that's why the night vision was good. Night vision is good. It's really good at picking up eye shine and stuff. But the thermal, I mean, there is no comparison. Like, there's no comparison at all. Other than when you look up into the sky, the night vision actually can see the stars and see all the lights in the sky, and UFO is pretty good. That's the one thing it definitely has the up on. So all we need is just something to cross in between some trees and just to run around. If anything makes noise, we can pinpoint it. That's why I kind of wish I would have brought my chair, because I could just sit down and stuff. Which I like to do, get in a field like this and sit down and just listen and then just thermal. It's a pretty easy, simple tactic, honestly. And there's some days, I don't really feel like walking around a couple miles through the trails and off in the woods. I'd rather just get a chair and sit down and just, thermal. There's some other spots I want to go to where there's a nice bench and you can just scan the entire area. It's like a little marsh area dedicated to like birds and stuff. So we'll be going there one of these nights. You keep repeating yourself, Mr. Duffy. I don't know if you're doing that on purpose or what. Yeah, I don't know. I have seen, I don't know if it was a skinwalker, but I've seen what we would call a dog man. Upright running canine, a wolf. Not too incredibly far from this place, actually. Definitely unexpected. And there are a lot of coyotes around here. There's lots of swamp, not too far, pretty much all around me. In a peninsula style, all around me, besides where we came in at. It's like when we first came up here, you know, we went live, went up into this place and had no signal. I was lost everyone. Couldn't wasn't working right. And then I started this live up, and then I've had influxes of pretty good amount of people jumping up in here. So just goes to show you some of these spots are just weird, you know. Right now I got one bar. I'm in an open field. You can see I'm in an open field right now, and I got one bar. And anywhere else, you know, I can do whatever. No problem. Got full amount of bars. I'll even screenshot it too. I'll screenshot it. I'll show you guys on the next live. I got one bar. I'm not lying. You know, I'm out in open field. And that's why it's kind of weird in these areas. It's like the electronics don't work. I've had batteries drained out in this particular area. I've had malfunctions of stuff, and in other areas we go to, malfunctions, but never on the thermal camera, and never on the phone camera. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a plane. I can't see it on the thermal. Oh, okay. Yes, I can see it now. It's that little dot. I can't see it when I'm looking through the phone on the thermal, but I can see it, yeah. There it is. There's a plane going over us. So that the night vision, that thing would be lit up like crazy. You guys be able to see it? I mean, you guys can see it without the thermal. But that night vision would definitely spot planes and jets and aircraft pretty easily. A lot easier than the thermal. Well, at least easier than what I would be able to look at through the phone and the thermal at the same time. So yeah, next time I have a big hangout live in the studio, I want everyone to join up and go live, come hang out, talk about Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Dogman, or whatever paranormal stuff. And we'll have one of those probably on, I'm gonna say Thursday, no later than Thursday. I'm gonna say probably Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. We're gonna have another chill hangout, open mic. So I'll put the live link into the chat so people can come on to the show, the little podcast show live. Talk about Bigfoot, talk about whatever. We'll do that this Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. That way I'll give you guys a little advance time notice so you guys can join up and talk, and I'll have some video clips and stuff ready, and we'll try to have a good time. There's another aircraft way up there. I don't know if you guys can see that one. There should be a little dot moving. That's something that's way up there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. But yeah, so we'll be doing that next Thursday for sure. Yeah, I really kind of wish I would have brought a chair now. Well, that's okay. We got a little signal and stuff left. As long as it's going for a little bit, we'll stay live for a little bit at least. I'm sorry, I'm trying to adjust this. I know there's no glare on your guys' end, but there's a big glare whenever I'm looking at it through the phone. And all we need is just a big Sasquatch just to walk out. Just walk out of the woods. That would more than be enough, right? Definitely convince you guys, and could do a size comparison also. Let's switch it over. Black out, I like that so much better. So it's still pretty early. It's only 10 o'clock and stuff, but I am not going to stay out all night. I've been driving for, well, I drove for an hour and a half before I got over here, so, which that wasn't supposed to happen, but, you know, whatever. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, put them in the chat and stuff. It's a nice, beautiful night out. Just a little cloudy in some areas, but right where we're at right now, it looks like it's spreading out. I can finally see the stars. Start seeing the Little Dipper and the Big Dipper. Uh-oh. Hopefully I don't lose you guys there. Yeah. Get the flashlight on for you guys. So yeah, give it a like, give me a subscribe, like, and all that stuff if you guys haven't already done it. I appreciate it. Supposedly, you know, it helps YouTube algorithm, all that bullshit, whatever. YouTube's been really trying to mess with me. They are like shadow banning me and censoring me. On some of these lives I get lower than what I should get, and no, people aren't getting notifications and stuff. And then when I go live in the field, a lot more people see it. Also, YouTube is throwing false copyright claims at me left and right every time I try to show you guys video, or we make commentary on it, or we're just literally watching the video and trying to educate people on survival situations and animal attacks and relating it to Sasquatch and Bigfoot topics, you know, like when we were watching and taking a look at different calibers that could take on a bear and take on a Sasquatch and the ballistics, and some of those bear attack videos. I got copyright claims on the bear attack videos because YouTube didn't think that we were using fair use by making commentary and educating people on the situation if it was Sasquatch we were watching instead of bears and stuff. And it's ridiculous. So I let the first one slide, but they hit me with another one, and I straight up said, you know, we'll just take it to court and stuff if it comes down to it. I haven't got a response back, so we'll see. Because YouTube's policy and their rules on it is not the law, and they're strict on small channels making commentary and using other people's, you know, content. And so I got hit with the for the black bear attack video, and they're claiming it's They're claiming it's from this one channel, and I'm pretty positive it's not, and it's just bullshit. But so they're fucking with me. So I appreciate it if you guys could like, subscribe, share this content. That would help offset what YouTube's trying to do, and falsify copyright claims and kind of shadow ban me from viewership, and for my normal viewers at the very least too. It's actually ridiculous. And if you guys want to donate and stuff, feel free to go ahead and donate that. All donations that are contributed will be geared towards the Bigfoot expeditions research and funding for gear and stuff like that. Most likely more audio equipment, and I just got a bunch of batteries actually on sale, so I just scored a bunch. A bunch of batteries for a pretty good amount of price, actually. So we actually have a couple more months worth of battery life in our audio devices, so we can keep going strong with that. It's about $350 a year in batteries for my audio research. So about $350 a year in batteries, and that's only go increase if I keep getting more recorders. So the unfortunate thing is batteries cost money, but they seem to last longer than most recorders that are that have you can charge up themselves and stuff. That don't have a battery, that have internal batteries. They seem to last longer, and you don't have to worry about once you damage the internal battery, it's forever. So yeah, it does cost a little bit of money to do the audio project each year. So $350 a year. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who is going to like and subscribe. I'm sorry, I'm getting ate up by bugs right now, and I forgot to put bug spray on, but that's okay. It's more annoying when they get into my ears than anything. That's the one thing that annoys the shit out of me. So yeah, we'll be getting more audio equipment. Honestly, it's got enough right now, but it would be nice to have more. Because I envision, you could surround this place with audio equipment. Have every little, basically square inch of this place covered with audio, with where it would pick up wood knocks, it would pick up a vocalization from, anywhere in this place. If we had enough audio equipment set up in in a kind of perimeter or a spider web interlinked with audio and stuff, and then you could, have it out there for, I don't know, as long as you wanted, but a month, a week, or whatever, and see if you got anything. It'd be a lot of work and a lot of time and effort, but at the same time, if there was literally anything that was screaming or tree knocking or anything, it would be picked up, and you could triangulate it. You could triangulate exactly where the sound came from if you numbered your audio equipment, and you knew exactly which each and every single number of the recorder was, and you could map it out and triangulate the sound where it came from. Basically, how we do that with the military has acoustic equipment that can determine where sniper shots came from based on the audio equipment, and usually they have three different kind of where the sound is based off the three positions of the microphone. So if we had a spider web full of audio equipment, we could do this. That'd be a dream project, kind of like a net of game cameras, except for it'd be a net of audio equipment, recorders. So that would be pretty awesome if I had enough money to spend to do that. That'd be sweet. Getting a nice thermal drone, that would be awesome. That would be pretty sweet. Sorry. Oh, it is pretty black over there. What if we... Sorry guys, give me a second. I look and adjust and look at this. I would walk around and stuff, but we would lose signal and stuff, guys. I mean, barely got any signal right now. We got 1 bar. And I took a screenshot. I'm going to show you guys on the next chill stream, Thursday night. Thursday night, we're going to have a open mic night. Anyone can come on, talk about Bigfoot. Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. And I'll show you guys, I got 1 bar out here. I'll walk around and stuff, I'll lose you guys. And yeah, you know, this is what we do. We're looking for Bigfoot. Most nights, kind of, you know, you just get ate up by bugs. You know, you kind of listen. Nothing really happens. You know, I mean, I could easily walk around and make dramatic, you know, acting and like, you know, you can, and what's the word I'm looking for? Exaggerate the claims around like, oh my God, I just heard something over here. And, you know, with the night vision camera, you could easily look around to see eye shine and be like, oh, there's Bigfoot and it's a fucking deer. You know, a lot of people can fake stuff if they're out in the woods, even if you're live, you know, they just act like there's stuff going on and there's really nothing going on. What's up, Central Kentucky Bigfoot? As of 2025. What's up? What is the Bigfoot I talk about? I don't know. Nothing around and stuff right now. It's just general talk. Just scanning with the thermal. Yes, play the creepy music. You know, if you see a deer or some eye shine, automatically it's Bigfoot. You know, you see eye shine, automatically it's Bigfoot. You know, there's raccoons that climb trees, there's possums, there's skunks out here, there's deer. Most of the time, people are going to see deer, eye shine of deer. That's why it's like, you know, I just get the thermal because I'll be able to see the body mass, not just the eye shine, and better identification. So if there was anything that was going to appear, you know, even way over there, you start zooming in on it. Even though the quality diminishes, you know, you get a good size comparison. So, well, thank you, Kentucky Bigfoot. Quality should be good. It wasn't cheap. You know, it's not the cheap ones that you get that everyone usually has. Yeah, I really wanted and needed something. We really needed something that, when you look across the fucking field, you look across the football field, you'll be able to see something that's crossing the field in front of you, or it's hanging out in the tree line at the very least, because tree peeking and stuff. You'd be able to see that and not be whitewashed in the background of bullshit. And I still can't see through trees and stuff. You can only see so much, but at least you get a clear picture of something. You know, Especially if we're a lot closer. So I mean, I wasn't. They're better than nothing. Because hey, if you had your thermal out here, you'd be able to see something, and it's better than having nothing. So at the same time, having something is better than nothing. But if you are really going to spend the money and buy a thermal, you might as well save up a couple thousand and buy something. So, you know, because if you're going to spend the money and buy a cheap thermal, you might as well buy a night vision camera, because it won't be a cheap night vision camera. If you spend, usually those cheaper ones are like $400 to $500 for the thermal cameras, and they're on the cheaper side. But if you spend that $400 or $500 on a night vision camera, you're not going to have such a cheap night vision camera. You're going to have a pretty decent one, actually. And they get expensive too. You can spend a couple thousand or $1,000 at least. But for a couple $100, you can buy a pretty decent night vision setup. So it just depends. And I do a lot of window shopping, and I do a lot of, I want to research and make sure I get the right item for my money, especially if I'm going to spend money on equipment. I want it to make sure it lasts, it's good quality, or there has to be something that's worth it. It doesn't have to be the best, but it needs to be rugged, or it needs to have some good qualities about it that makes it worth spending the money on it. I don't want to buy something just because, it's brand name or whatever. And I almost dropped the money and bought a Canon uh documentary camera, I guess, for, I don't know, the $2,000. But I decided not to. I decided I'll just we'll wait till next year and stuff. And there's other things to, and plus save your money, and there's other things I gotta do. But I was studying, looking for the Canons and the Sonys, and then I was thinking about, getting a Luminex camera set up like what you had, Kentucky. But then I was like, well, I want something that does night vision a little bit better, and it's like, I don't know. So, but I would like to get a documentary camera and do a little bit more sit down interviews, kind of a thing.